Well, today we are on day 24 of our journey to the cross. In fact, I want you to take time out to read Luke chapter 15, verses 11 down through 32, the story of the prodigal son. Now, one of the things we do oftentimes, we'll take a story like that and we'll just jerk it out of its context and enjoy it independent of the rest of what's going on. But back in chapter 13:22 of Luke, we read that he was on his way to the cross. And part of what the parables, and there's others sprinkled into the narrative, these parables, such as the prodigal son, is to help prepare us, the reader, to prepare the disciples who were walking with him for what was to occur in Jerusalem, what the crucifixion and the resurrection was going to be all about. And notice how in the story, Jesus always keeps the attention not on the son and his sinfulness, but he keeps the focus on the Father. In fact, in verse 11, it begins with, a certain man had two sons. And down in verse 17, after the prodigal son has sort of come to himself, actually verse 18, he says, I will rise and go to my father's house. And then the very ending verse 32, speaking of from the lips of the Father, where he says, for your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. You see, this story is all about rescue. It's about what he intends to do for us. His journey to the cross was not just to teach us about how we live in family. It's not just to teach us about morality. It's to teach us about the Father's heart, how much he loved us. The cross and Jesus' journey to it is all about us being the focus of the Father's will, purpose, plan, and love. That was true on that day when Jesus told the story. It's true this day that you and I are living. And it's true every day because God's heart is always the same toward his children.